few days ago, I caught myself doing something stupid for social media. And while at that moment, I kind of laughed at myself and thought, well, this is silly, at the same time, it kind of got me thinking into how do other influencers lie to me and what pitfalls am I falling into as an influencer? And so today I wanted to expose some of these lies of social media and this kind of culture that it's developed within our society. If you're new to this channel, hey, I'm Yessie. I actually went without any social media for 3 years before I created this YouTube channel, and I talk about minimalism and slow intentional living. But because we live in this high-tech world, a major part of that intentional living is to manage our technology and our social media use. And so I have an entire playlist devoted to this topic. So if this sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss when I post a new video. But without further ado, let me tell you what this stupid thing that I did was. So a few weeks ago, I bought some ducks, and they're super cute. It's cutie patootie, cutums, and cuteness. I thought it would be nice to have a shot of me actually holding my little duckies. But the reality is, they don't want to see me. The moment that I walk near them, they run away. For a while, I was trying to get them to come to me so I could, get my cute shot of me with my ducks. And that didn't work, so then the next thing I'm doing is chasing after my ducks, trying to catch them. The darn things run fast. They are fast. They're faster than my chickens. And so I'm running all over through the yard in the hot summer, and I'm like getting super sweaty. I'm like, what am I doing? These things don't want to see me. They just want me to leave them alone and let them do their business. And I'm over here chasing after them so that I can pretend for the video shot that we have this like cuddly, cozy time and that they love me and it's all good and happy vibes. Like, it would be a total, complete lie. So I tried to lure my ducks with watermelon, but they hid under my shed to get away from me. But it really got me thinking, like, there are other ways in which influencers lie to us, and that was an instance where I was about to present a lie, pretending like they love me, when really they don't want to see my face. They just want me to leave them alone. For us, there can be a fine line where we cause this fake ideal for several reasons. Like, I think this could be an entire series of videos because there's so much complexity to this topic. So on the one hand, we want to please the audience and provide meaningful, valuable content. But at the same time, we have to please this algorithm. And the algorithm shows that having B-roll shots and having nice editing works better. It works better than just having me on the screen telling you that I got ducks to actually show you me with my little duckies. And so for an influencer, it can be an easy pitfall for us to feel like we have to have all the shots in order for you to see the stuff happening in action. And sometimes that also leads into a whole nother rabbit trail of issues where influencers are oversharing, and it's a whole nother can of worms there. Before we continue, I'd love to know your thoughts on this topic. Do influencers overshare information sometimes? This is a video that I'm thinking of making in the future, but I'd love to know your thoughts first. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. As the viewer, the issue can be is that if you don't know what involves in the video making process, you can't really see that a lot of these things aren't realistic, aren't really real, and so you can compare your own life to us, to our ideal, to our highlight reel. Like, for example, I have a day in my life video, and I thought it would be good to show a realistic day in my life video. And it was a total flop. So basically, my viewers, within the first few seconds of that video, were leaving off of my video because within a day in the life video, usually you see the girl's getting out of bed and she's stretching. There's birds singing outside her window, maybe a light breeze, maybe a light rain. There's a subtle light coming in, and it seems so relaxing and peaceful, right? So this is how these shots actually happen. It may even be 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's light outside, but that's okay because I got my dark out blinds, so let me just close them to pretend like I'm barely waking up. Now it's actually bedtime. I turned off my lights, and I probably would be a better YouTuber if I actually maybe created the lighting so it'd be a little bit darker. I don't have any slobber on my face because I never have slobber on my face. Maybe other YouTubers, but no, not me. I always wake up like a princess, looking beautiful and gorgeous, and I already kind of fixed my hair a little bit because I never wake up looking like a crazy untamed lion. No, maybe other people, not me. I got my blanket, pretending to be in the bed, and I'm gonna sleep so gracefully because I always sleep gracefully, never like a crazy person like this. Me? Never, never. I sleep gracefully. And then the birds start to chirp. And then I just gently, ever so gently, stretch. And then slowly get up. And now I smile at the camera. Well, maybe not smile at the camera, but I'm smiling because I'm so happy. When in reality, I'm like, ugh, okay, let's get this over with. Shot done. We're so used to seeing the fake thing that sometimes we don't even realize that it's the fake thing, that it's not even the real thing. It's detrimental to compare ourselves to this expectation because a lot of that is curated. Like even with the example of the birds and the rain background noises, like a lot of those things are fake, they're added. Another way in which we can often lie unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, some people do, a lot of these things that we see happen over the course of days. In the example of my day in my life video, I have children, I homeschool, I have another company that we manage with my husband, I serve at my church. Like there's a lot of other things that I do besides YouTube. And creating one single video can take me at least, like if it's like a simpler video without much editing, 10 to 15 hours. I don't have the time in one day to film me putting the camera in one angle, putting the light in another angle, switching it over to the other side. So with my day in my life video and I'm showing myself cooking, like a task that maybe took 15 minutes would take at least an hour because of the fact that I had to move the camera, move the light, get another angle, get another shot this way. Now I gotta like do it again so that I can record it from this other angle. So for that video, I actually had to wear the same dress for 3 days in a row to show myself doing these particular things for 3 consecutive days. I wasn't lying. Those things are things that actually happen every single day in my life. Like I always put my toddler to bed and we always do these little routines. So I'm showing you my actual routine. However, it didn't actually happen in one particular day. And sometimes that can be harmful if we're comparing ourselves. One day I was watching this video, it was like late spring, early summer. She posted this video where it was like snowing, she saw this fox outside her door, or a wolf, I don't remember what it was. But this person commented saying, wow, I didn't realize that it was like still snowing around this time. And she acknowledged and she said that these were actually shots taken over the course of winter time, but I'm just now getting around to post them. And I thought, well, that's wonderful. She's admitting to that and actually acknowledging how the process or the video creation process works. But for the viewer, again, that viewer didn't realize that's not exactly what is happening in her life this day, all in one day. These were shots taken over the course of winter time. And so if we're comparing our life and seeing all these beautiful shots happening in one particular day, we might think, well, goodness, one day in her life is so incredible, it's like a fairy tale. 30 days of my life, nothing happens and seem completely uninteresting. And that can cause us to feel less than. It can cause us to feel insecure and to feel that void, to feel like we're constantly needing something to make us be more like that person, or to look more like that person, or to have a more interesting life like that person. Those videos are created and curated to inspire, to motivate, to create beauty, to entertain, whatever that reason might be. I'm not saying that these things are wrong. Like I enjoy her videos, but as a creator, I recognize that a lot of that isn't actually how it normally happens on a day-to-day basis. That life isn't like a fairy tale all the time. Like dishes get dirty, like kids make messes, life happens, we get sick, our homes get chaotic sometimes. So as a creator, I recognize when I see those things that I don't need to compare myself anymore. And like even my background here. Before I shot this video, I had a picture frame over here that I removed because it just looked funny in the shot. My plant and my light over here, like just like a regular standing lamp, I had to move them over because it was like way too bright the way they were actually in the corner. And then I have a light over here. I just use a regular work light. My husband's Husky construction work lights that I confiscated like 2 years ago and I'm never giving back. Until I get a ring light or something, I don't know. Anyways, I have a light over there. So this isn't actually how my lighting normally is. It isn't how my furniture normally is. Sometimes we rearrange furniture, we rearrange plants or lighting, and it's not how our homes actually look. And I mentioned that in a previous video on the dark side of influencing, where like my blanket was on the floor because I didn't want it on the sofa while I was filming because it would make the shot look a little bit weird. So like there's so many little things that you don't see, and you might see like this super curated background, and then behind the screen it could be a total complete mess. Because we live life too. Like this is our business, this is our job. And so you're not seeing the full picture. So do not compare yourself to what you're seeing on this screen. So let's talk about filters and beauty and this comparison of the beauty standard. Something that I noticed when I got this camera, I have this awesome Sony A7C, I'll link it below, but I have this awesome camera that I noticed a complete difference in the video quality and how my face looks on this camera versus what I had before and versus like my iPhone camera. Like it doesn't have a filter, it doesn't have a beauty filter, but because of the lighting, because of the bokeh, I'm not a photographer, but like it makes the background blurry. Like you kind of notice a little bit of blur in the background and like I'm a little more zoomed in. And then I have this light over here, this construction light. It's like a white, bright, like it's not like regular house lighting. It makes me look better. I look different than I do if you were with me in real life. Like you can't see my pimples because of the way that the camera actually focuses. And it just looks nicer. A lot of it isn't real life. And a lot of people do use the beauty filters and all the other things. And then if we're comparing ourselves to them with their beauty filter, where does that leave us? I have some friends and family that whenever they take photos with me, they always put a filter. And honestly, that makes me sad. Not because of me and I feel like, oh, you're calling me ugly, or it's not about me. It's because I see younger Yessie in them. The Yessie that used to hate herself. The Yessie that used to always see the negative side and feel like she had to put on the complete makeup look with the extensions. I used to have hair extensions even though I had hair all the way down to my waist. The fake lashes, the nails, all like the smoky-eyed makeup, like all the makeup things and purses and bags and shoes. I had them because I hated myself. I did not love myself. And if you watched my video, My Love Story, you'll kind of understand a tidbit about why I kind of had that low self-esteem and some of the things that led up to my negative, destructive thoughts. But when I see the people that I love feeling like they can only keep a photo if they have a filter on that photo, it makes me sad because I know a part of them does not love themselves. And I wish that they would acknowledge their own unique characteristics and love that part and embrace that. One of the things that I always used to hate it about myself is that one of my sides of my lip is like a little bit higher and that my lips are small. And for a long time, I hated that about myself. And I did not have any lip fillers or anything like that. And I'm so thankful that I never did anything with my lips, even before or during the time that like now it's just so popular. Because I feel like it makes me me. And when I thought about it too, I was like, well, Elvis has the little like side lip thing, so that was iconic for him. Well, maybe it's gonna be like my thing, like Yessie's side lip, whatever. Instead of making this like a flaw or something that I need to fix, no, it's the characteristic that makes me me. And regardless of how you look and your skin color or your hair color, like you have distinguishing characteristics that make you beautiful. And for a long time, I tried to like dye my hair and do all sorts of different things to make me different, to somehow be beautiful. And when I started to embrace my characteristics, I really felt like I actually became prettier because I started to embrace the natural things about my body instead of caking all this makeup that only made me like break out and be even worse. Not saying that makeup is bad. I'm not saying that any of those things are like necessarily bad, but you have to understand where your heart comes from in these things. Are you doing it because of self-loathing, because of you feeling like you're not worthy, or because you're not enough? Or are you doing it just for fun, just because it's interesting, or you enjoy makeup or filters, whatever. You're just wanting to be funny with those filters. Just know where your heart is coming from, because if it's coming from self-loathing and the lack of love, it's not going to make it any better. It's actually going to be worse. You guys, we get offered so much free stuff all the freaking time. Like, even though I have a small YouTube channel, I get offers for emails every single day offering me free random crap that sometimes I'm like, do you even realize that I have like a minimalist channel? Like, did you even look at my account before you emailed me to offer me this stuff? This, like, what? It doesn't even make sense to me sometimes. But if you as the consumer don't recognize that and you're comparing your stuff in your home, your decor, your wardrobe, your makeup, or your lack of selection of makeup, whatever, again, like we get offered these things for free. Sometimes even if they're not free, even if we purchase something, we can make money off of showing you an item that then you purchase. And if you have clicked on my links, by the way, like thank you, because that helps to support my channel. Up until recently, I have made $200 a month after 4 years of working on this channel, like 4 years. Yeah. So that's been quite a while. So thank you for that. Thank you for your support if you do ever click on my links, because it does help me out a lot. So with the products that I ever show on my YouTube channel, it's things that I actually use, things that I actually stand by. I have numerous emails all the time offering me random crap, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna encourage that to my audience, because it's not something that I actually believe would improve their life. And so I try to be very careful with the things that I actually recommend. But that being said, if you are in debt, if you are struggling financially, and if you are not buying something intentionally, you paid all the money and you're not making anything off of it. So for us, it can be passive income. It can be a way that we can make money by investing. Let's say I bought this particular dress, and I bought this dress and I spent money on it. But at the same time, I have the ability to maybe make money off of that by recommending it to other people, versus you buy that dress and you just spent your money. Like, I have dresses that I know they came from Amazon, but I've thrifted them and I was able to find them. So I have those in my links in my descriptions. But if you're not buying that with an intentional mindset, with knowing, okay, I do have this budget, I have the money for it, I can buy that, I really like it, I want to wear it, then you might just be out of whatever amount of money, and I could be making money off of that dress that I thrifted for $1.
I also recently heard something that made me pretty sad, actually, and it's that stores are facing a major issue with influencers buying items in bulk quantities just to return them at the store's expense so that they can snap photos and put them in their descriptions to get other people to buy those products. And they never really intended to keep them. And to me, like, this is just crazy, the fact that this is happening. And stores are now resorting to having to place a limit on returns because of this issue. Like, I remember, like, if I ever ordered something, like, by mistake, like, for example, I ordered the wrong mascara recently. It was like $8. And I thought, why would I make the company pay for my mistake? Because it was my mistake. Like, I feel like somebody has to drive it back and forth. Somebody has to package this item. Like, somebody has to put that in a box. Like, somebody is paying for this, for my mistake. And like, I get it. Sometimes I do return things like at the store, but like when we're doing that on purpose, like to me, that's just crazy that we've come to that.
It kind of made me think about another point. We have the luxury to edit and crop and Photoshop, do all the things to make a video look a certain way. So when I create a video, I can screw up lots of times and then crop something out if I say something stupid, which I do a lot. Some of my videos are like an hour long, and then I cut lots of sections, and then it's like a 15-minute video. But in real life, you can't just like edit what you say in real life. So you might see somebody that's very eloquent and very well spoken, and that might not even be real. And a lot of those now I can recognize, because I did buy a teleprompter, that a lot of those are actually scripted and they're just reading off the screen. They're just so good at it that you can really hardly tell. I can tell because I have one. And you might think, wow, they're so well versed, they're so eloquent, they're just so good at what they do. They're reading off a teleprompter. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I got a teleprompter because there was one particular video that it was so important for me. That was my love story. It was the most important video that I have ever filmed. It was the hardest video that I ever filmed. I cannot tell you the number of times I cried in the making of the process of that video. And so it was really important to me. Oh my gosh, I'm getting teary-eyed. That was like, legit, I tell you, it was the most important video I've ever filmed. So I wanted to get a teleprompter to make sure that I said things exactly how I wanted to say them, and so that I didn't like just blabber on and on about things that really didn't matter. So it was important for me for that. But you as the viewer might see that and might think, wow, she's so well spoken, she's so eloquent, and no, I cried numerous times, I paused numerous times, I edited numerous times. Like, it really wasn't that easy or simple in the process. So do not ever compare your life, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way your home is decorated, to your favorite YouTubers. A lot of us mean well, but if you're comparing, you're really only going to feel more insecure and more unhappy. And so I hope that presenting this video and presenting the realities and exposing these lies that we are facing all the time can really help you to consume content more intentionally. I hope this video has added some value to your life. If so, please give it a thumbs up, because it really helps out that algorithm. I want to make more than $200 a month after 4 years, so that would be amazing, so that I can actually start to provide for my family. And also too, I'm really hoping for a microphone. I want to create more of the, what do you call those? The voiceover videos, like voiceover style videos, but it sounds so bad sometimes. So I really want a microphone, and I need your help for that. If you can give it a thumbs up, that would help.
I'm also really excited to announce that I've just recently started a Ko-fi page. And this is where I plan to have exclusive content, more behind the scenes, unedited, unscripted, just really like you're talking to a friend. And then hopefully once we gather more individuals together, we can do live streams and just really share together and grow together. So if this sounds interesting to you, I'll leave the link in the description box below. Thank you. I hope to see you in the next video. Till next time. Bye.